What if everything you believe about human life is backwards? What if the people living without phones, jobs, alarms, bills, or modern technology are actually living closer to the way humans were meant to live? For hundreds of thousands of years, humans survived without offices, schedules, or rent. And somehow many researchers believe they were less stressed than we are today. Please subscribe to my channel. Right now, somewhere in northern Tanzania, a Hadza man is lying beneath the shade of a tree, resting peacefully after finishing his work for the day. No emails, no deadlines, no alarm clock waiting for tomorrow morning. The Hadza are among the last remaining hunter-gatherer societies on Earth, still living in a way that resembles how humans lived for nearly 300,000 years. Researchers studying these communities discovered something shocking. Ancient humans only spent around 2 to 4 hours each day gathering food, hunting, cooking, and completing the tasks necessary for survival. Most modern people spend more time working before lunch than early humans worked in an entire day. The Hadza have never been forced to wake up at a specific hour for a job. They do not live by schedules or calendars. Chronic illnesses that dominate modern societies, heart disease, obesity, severe anxiety, and diabetes, are extremely rare among them. Many anthropologists who lived alongside these groups return saying the same thing. Despite having almost nothing, they often appeared happier than modern people. So what exactly does a normal day look like for them? Imagine waking up not because of an alarm, but because sunlight slowly brightens the sky around you. The temperature changes. Voices begin moving through the camp. You sleep on animal hides laid across flattened grass beside a small fire that may have burned through the night. Everything you own fits into a single small bundle: a bow, a digging stick, a few handmade tools, maybe a necklace crafted by a family member. There are around 25 to 30 people in your camp, and you know every single one personally. Your grandmother sleeps only a few feet away from your children. Nobody checks the time because time barely controls anything. The first part of the morning is mostly conversation. Anthropologists discovered that hunter-gatherer groups spend hours every day simply talking to each other. But these conversations are more important than they sound. This is how information spreads through the community. Who shared food yesterday? Who might be sick? Who told a good story? Who was upset with whom? This constant communication acts as their legal system, their social media, and their emotional support network all at once. If someone becomes greedy, people joke about them publicly until the behavior stops. If someone breaks trust, word spreads quickly through nearby camps. In extreme cases, people may simply stop welcoming that person into the group. For hunter-gatherers, being isolated from the tribe is one of the worst punishments imaginable. One anthropologist named Richard Lee experienced this personally in the 1960s. After living with the Kung Bushmen for years, he decided to buy them a huge ox as a Christmas gift. But instead of celebrating, the tribe mocked the animal for weeks, claiming it looked weak and useless.
Confused, Lee asked, "Why are you insulting such a valuable gift?" An elder replied, "Whenever a hunter brings home a massive kill, the group intentionally makes fun of it. The bigger the success, the harder the teasing becomes. This prevents anyone from believing they are more important than the rest of the tribe."
In these societies, equality is protected constantly through humor, conversation, and social pressure rather than laws or prisons. As the morning continues, hunters prepare to leave camp. Hunting sounds exciting, but in reality, it is exhausting and extremely unreliable. Hadza hunters can walk over 20 miles in a single day tracking animals under the burning African sun, only to return empty-handed. Their arrows are coated with poison extracted from desert rose plants. A hunter may wound an antelope and then spend hours following it while the poison slowly weakens the animal. But surprisingly, the hunters are not the primary providers of food. The women are. Among the Hadza, women gather more than half of the camp's calories. Every day, groups of women travel together collecting berries, roots, honey, and edible plants. Unlike hunting, gathering provides steady food almost every day. Anthropologists discovered something even more fascinating. The most productive gatherers are often grandmothers. Women in their 50s and 60s frequently gather more food than younger mothers. This observation helped create what scientists call the grandmother hypothesis, which suggests that human women evolved to live long lives after menopause because grandmothers played a critical role in helping families survive. Children grow up surrounded by this lifestyle naturally. A young child follows adults while playing with miniature tools. By 6 years old, many children can already gather useful food independently. By 8, boys may hunt small animals with tiny bows. Older children teach younger children constantly without adults needing to interfere much. For hundreds of thousands of years, this was humanity's classroom. Children learned by watching, copying, experimenting, and participating directly in real life. By midday, the first food returns to camp. Whatever is brought back gets shared immediately. Nobody truly owns the food. If a hunter kills a large animal, most of the meat goes to the group, not to the hunter himself. Anthropologists believe this constant sharing may have helped develop the complex social intelligence humans possess today. People had to remember who contributed, who shared fairly, and who supported others during difficult times. In these societies, generosity functions almost like a survival currency. During the hottest hours of the afternoon, the pace slows dramatically. People rest beneath trees, repair tools, weave baskets, groom one another, tell stories, and simply exist together. Nobody works endlessly through exhaustion. There is time for conversation, laughter, and physical closeness every single day. Conflicts still happen, of course. Jealousy, arguments, betrayal, and anger exist in every human society. But hunter-gatherers often solved problems differently from modern people. Instead of remaining trapped together because of mortgages, jobs, or contracts, people could simply leave temporarily. Anthropologists sometimes describe this as voting with your feet. If tensions became too high, someone might spend a few weeks with another nearby camp until emotions cooled down. As evening approaches, hunters return. Some days they succeed. Most days they do not. When the hunters fail, the women who gathered roots, berries, and plants quietly become the heroes of the day. Then comes the evening meal. For countless generations, humans gathered around fires at night to eat together, laugh together, and share stories beneath the darkness. This ritual connected families for hundreds of thousands of years before cities, before civilization, before written language itself. Of course, hunter-gatherer life was not paradise. People still became sick, children still died, injuries could be fatal. Life expectancy was shorter. There was hunger, grief, and danger. But many anthropologists argue there is a certain kind of suffering modern humans experience that ancient people rarely did. The feeling of spending decades working for a life that never fully arrives. The stress of comparing ourselves constantly to strangers online. The endless pressure of schedules, bills, deadlines, and productivity. In the late 1960s, one anthropologist described hunter-gatherers as the original affluent society. Not because they were rich, but because they possessed something modern people often lack: time. Modern civilization gave humanity incredible achievements: medicine, electricity, refrigeration, technology, longer lifespans, lower child mortality. But every advancement came with a trade. We invented agriculture, then property, then hierarchy, then endless work owned by someone else. Yet despite all our progress, our brains and bodies are still largely designed for the world our ancestors lived in. We still crave sunlight, movement, conversation, connection, rest, and meaningful social bonds. In many ways, humans are still hunter-gatherers. We just stopped living like them. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.